This is Tomonews for Wednesday, February 8th.
Bar owner wanted for attempted murder arrested in Thailand. Back in May of this year, Nobuaki Takahashi, a 36-year-old owner working in Roppongi, fled Japan after attempted murder charges were filed against him. Takahashi got angry at a bar patron from Ghana who spilled his beer on a billiards table, so he began to beat the man with a pool cue. After he knocked the man unconscious, Takahashi stabbed the man several times in the back with a small pocket knife. Then he hopped on a flight to Thailand. Thai police caught Takahashi earlier this week and extradited him back to Japan. When questioned about the incident, Takahashi allegedly told police, "There's nothing to say." Takahashi also happens to be a member of the Chinese Dragon Underworld group.
Crazy horror dentist crimes come back to bite him. Dentists. It's a love-hate relationship. They fix your teeth, but the fixing process is often so unpleasant. Some would opt for an hour of waterboarding over an hour in the chair. Unfortunately, the tale of France-based Dutch dentist Jacobus van Nierop will not help calm any raw, exposed fears of the profession. Dubbed the horror dentist by the French media, Van Nierop stands accused of some pretty nasty stuff. Yanking out healthy teeth, leaving pieces of dental tools in patients' mouths, and it's alleged, disfiguring or even mutilating patients' mouths. Damn! One woman told the court the dentist unexpectedly summoned her to his office in May 2012 and without warning removed 8 of her teeth before immediately gluing dentures onto her raw gums. As you might imagine, it was a painful, bloody mess. Captured after a brief period on the run and detained since January 2015, this horror dentist appears to be insane, or at least he wants us to think he is. Van Nierop claims he suffers from a personality disorder, is transgender, and suicidal. But he might just be a sadistic monster. Either way, he's given the world both the plot of a horror film and another reason to cancel that dental appointment you have scheduled for this evening. No, seriously. Go to the dentist. 9 out of 10 of them recommend it. Mr. Horror Dentist's trial wraps up on March 18th. Rot in jail or hell, you lunatic.
Suicide bombing in Pakistan kills at least 70 and wounds many more. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for a suicide attack that killed more than 70 people and wounded more than 250 at a Sufi shrine in Pakistan on Thursday evening. The bombing targeted the shrine of La Shahbaz Qalandar in Pakistan's southern Singh province. The shrine was crowded with people performing a spiritual dance. A suicide bomber blew himself up in the middle of the crowd, killing at least 70 people. Sufism is regarded as a relatively tolerant form of Islam. In addition to the Thursday bombing, the Islamic State attacked another Sufi shrine in southwestern Pakistan in November.
The Great American Eclipse is less than a year away.
America has started counting down to a total solar eclipse that will be visible from coast to coast on August 21st next year, and NASA says it will only be visible in the USA. A total solar eclipse occurs when the new moon passes between the sun and the Earth. In the path of the eclipse, the sun and its rays are completely blocked by the moon. The last total solar eclipse visible from the US took place in 1991, but could only be seen from parts of Hawaii. The 2017 eclipse will start in Oregon and pass over 12 states before exiting in South Carolina. Its path will be 67 miles wide. The Great American Eclipse of 2017 will be the first total eclipse only visible in the U.S. since the country was founded in 1776. Total solar eclipses occur about once every 18 months, but it's rare for them to be so accessible. According to NASA, next year's eclipse will be the first to stretch across the entire country since 1918. But if you missed this one, don't worry. NASA says the U.S. will only have to wait until 2024 for another total solar eclipse.
Reddit users hate CEO Ellen Pao and start a petition for her resignation. Social media juggernaut Reddit is being run into the ground by interim CEO Ellen Pao, who users have taken to calling Chairman Pao. Perhaps Pao's most unpopular decision was firing Victoria Taylor, the creative director of the Ask Me Anything, or AMA, subreddit. Another controversial and arch-villainous move was firing one employee after he was diagnosed with leukemia. Chairman Pao also decided that she was going to make some changes to Reddit, whether the users liked it or not. So she banned and censored certain subreddits for being inappropriate. Even her former fans are turning against her. As Michelle Catlin tweeted, she went from being the brave feminist hero to a completely hated dictator that fired a leukemia patient. Powell recently lost a gender discrimination lawsuit against her former employer, venture capital firm Kleiner Perkins. Twitter user When in Doubt Do pointed out that Powell will now be most famous for keeping great qualified women out of tech, referring to the firing of Taylor. A petition calling for Powell's resignation is making the rounds on the internet and has racked up nearly 200,000 signatures so far. Powell issued an official apology to the Reddit community, but it seems like it might be too little too late to win them back, since new websites like Vote are filling the void left by Powell's mistakes.
What shall we do with the drunken sailors? And which one of them took a crap on the floor?
U.S. Navy sailors Samuel Bland and Alex Roan were arrested Tuesday morning after they broke into the Heritage Bank on Granby Street in Norfolk, Virginia. We can assume these idiots don't always break into banks, but when they do, they get buck frickin' naked and maybe have a look through a drawer or two. As if that wasn't bad enough, one of them even made a deposit. Yep, right on the floor. Their night of drunken debauchery wouldn't be complete, though, until a nice long nap. Police responded to the burglary alert at 4:30 a.m. and found Bland and Roan passed out in the lobby. Witnesses say one of them was wearing nothing but a garbage bag when police escorted them out. Both doofuses were charged with breaking and entering and vandalism.
Man lights joint, spreads species on wall of police station. Carlin Higgs was up to his usual shit-nanigans on December 14th. With his extensive criminal history, Higgs was already a familiar face at the Upper Darby, Delaware police station. But Higgs shocked the shit out of everyone when he started smoking marijuana in the lobby of the station. Higgs was promptly arrested, and that's when shit really hit the fan. The police threw Higgs into a jail cell, and that's when he dumped it on them. And just when they thought he was done, he squeezed out a bit more, of insulting behavior, that is. Higgs was taken to a mental health facility where they determined he was high on drugs. At least the arresting officer had a sense of humor.